Welcome to episode 200 of the 10,000 Trades Show, where we are mastering trading and creating excellence through the deliberate practice and analysis of 10,000 trades. So we have done 200 episodes so far. I can't believe we are at 200 trades. So I hope you are really enjoying this series, and as we take these trades, the closer we get to our 10,000 mark, the more confident and more profitable we will become. So let's dive into today's episode. Today we'll take a look at a tweezer bottom trade setup. Tweezer bottoms are bullish reversal patterns. These are really easy to identify because we are only looking at two candlesticks. So once you see tweezer bottom trade setups at a key support and resistance level, we're looking for price to move higher. So we'll take a long trade. So let's go on to the charts and we'll take a look at what a tweezer bottom setup looks like, where to enter the trade, where to place our stop loss, and as always, how to exit the trade with a profit. Here we're looking at a tweezer bottom trade setup. A tweezer bottom trade setup is where we see two pins in the bottom, and generally we'll see a move to the downside, and then we have a candle that pushes lower, but we have a pin in the bottom, and right next to it we get a candle that's a bullish candle and usually the same height as this previous candle, but we'll have another pin on the downside. So we get two pins back to back here. So two candles that are approximately the same size with pins in the bottom are what makes up the tweezer bottom trade setup. So once we see this setup, we would take an entry long because we're looking for price to go higher. We could look for a bit of a pullback, or we can enter the trade right at the close of these candles. Now we're looking for price to go back higher, and we could see price go into this next support and resistance level. So we enter the trade long here and we stay with the trade. Our stop will go below the pin here. We want to make sure there is some room below the pin because a lot of times price can come back and test this level once again. So we want to make sure our stop is protected on the other side. So as we can see here, price does try to test this level once again, but then pushes up higher and it goes into the next support and resistance level. So either we can just exit the trade at the next support and resistance level because this whole move now has been done. It's been filled here, or we can wait for a bearish candle close that will give us a confirmation that price is done with the move to the upside. So in this case, we can just close after the red candle close here. We close out our trade. From entry to exit here, we get 135 pips in the trade. So our profit is 135 pips. So just to recap, a tweezer bottom trade setup is when we have two candles, one bearish candle with a pin in the bottom, another bullish candle which is the same size as the previous candle, and we have pin in the bottom. So it makes it look like tweezers. And that's our tweezer bottom trade setup. Tweezer bottom trade setup is a bullish reversal signal. So we're looking for price to move up higher from here. So we enter the trade long on the close of our bullish candle here. Stop would go below the pin. Again, we want to give it some room just in case price comes and tests this level once again. And we enter the trade long and we stay with our trade. As we can see, it did try to test this level, but bounced off of that. And we can close out the trade once we see reversal signs. In this case, we have a big candle, that big red candle, which is looking bearish here. So we can close the trade out. From entry to exit, we get 135 pips in our trade. So our profit is 135 pips or $1,350 if trading one standard lot. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you really enjoyed this episode. If you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with another great trade setup next time.